Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We took a little jog down the road here to Waunakee. We're at Waunakee Furniture, having a lovely time enjoying ourselves.
This is a great sectional that we're sitting on today.
It is indeed. And we've picked up a guest, a lovely guest. This is JoJean Retrum, who is the director of Dance Wisconsin and Monona Academy of Dance. And we're so glad to see you.
Yeah,
Glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Boy, dance is such a beautiful art form, really, and a great physical exercise as well. So share with us a little bit of your thoughts on the sport, on the art. It's a beautiful thing. So why dance?
Well, I mean, to me, dance is very special. You know, it's like anyone can play soccer, anyone can play basketball, but dancing, you're special if you do that. You know, you have passion, you have athletics, and you know, you have technique. And you know, I would think every parent would want their child to be special.
Absolutely. I like how you mentioned passion, because that is such an important component of dance, because if you don't have that passion, the way that it's portrayed or received is very different. So I think that's an important component.
And you talked about athleticism. It also has a great deal of finesse to it as well. So you have kind of both sides of the spectrum, which I think is kind of cool. So, you know, what do you think attracts students to come to Monona Academy of Dance?
Well, we're not really a competition studio. We do a little bit. I mean, I believe in educating all dancers in everything that's out there. You know, and that's why we're not just a ballet studio, although ballet is the foundation of all dance and you should always do that. But you need to be able to, you know, you don't know what you're going to do with your life. So, you know, you need to know tap, you need to know ballet, you need to know jazz, musical theater. I have a lot of my dancers that go into musical theater. One of my boys right now is going to be on Broadway with Bette Midler and Hello Dolly.
Oh, how exciting.
You know, so
that's incredible.
I educate them.
Yeah, she just throws it in there
I know.
casually. I love that. That's incredible. Now, you said something just a moment ago that I actually didn't know, that that ballet is the foundation of all dance. Can you expand on that just a little bit?
Well, it gives you your basics. You know, it's just like when you learn to read, you have to know the alphabet. Well, the same with dance, you know. Ballet gives you that foundation, and even if you're a tap dancer, the coordination of making your arms flow, and that all comes from ballet. Otherwise, you have stiff arms. You know, I can tell, you know, who hasn't had ballet. And even like ice skaters and gymnasts, a lot of them take ballet, and that's what sets them apart from other people. And makes them winners.
That makes sense. Okay, so that's sort of step one to getting that foundation. I never knew that. What's the draw of competition? What do you think it is?
I mean, it's just sort of overwhelmed, you know, the dance world, and I feel too much. I mean, I think you need to be exposed to it. I think it helps drive you to be better, but then just to go and win trophy after trophy, you know, it just sort of it loses its appeal to me. And you know, our school, we do a little, but I believe in more performances, so that, you know, it builds the dancer's character and self-confidence to get up on the stage and, you know, not be afraid to be in front of people.
I suppose that competition component also comes along with an audience. So there's a lot of elements of self-esteem and things that are tied into being able to do that.
Then very expensive. I mean, if you're going every weekend, you know, to me, it's just too much. I would rather invest in more classes and work on your technique, and then you go and you get the one big trophy. You know?
That's a nice combination way of looking at it.
So, I mean, that kind of a philosophical thing. It's like, what are you teaching if you're not teaching how to prepare for a competition? So, preparing for a performance, is that different? What's the value of that?
Well, to me, you're working more with a group. You know, a lot of times we do story ballets. You know, it's like right now we're working on Alice in Wonderland. So everyone, you know, is a different character, and you're working together to tell a story to people. And, you know, you're not just working on something for yourself. You're working with a team. And you're, you know.
So competition's more individual versus performance is more of a collaborative effort.
And that's interesting to have both ends of the spectrum on that. Let's talk a little bit before we go. We've got about a minute left, but I want to talk about high schools. So you also go into the high schools to teach dance.
Well, we go into the elementary schools and teach dance. And we've been very fortunate, you know, to get grants in order to do that because, you know, a lot of schools, they don't have the funding. And
Right.
in Wisconsin, there's hardly any schools that offer dance.
Right.
They have music, they have art, and they don't have theater or dance.
Right. Wow.
So I know there are programs that we are really trying to promote this, and we were fortunate to get a grant from the Green Bay Packers to go into some prairie schools and teach the children.
I see. Okay, so you're talking the younger elementary
second,
age.
third, fourth, and fifth graders.
Oh, great.
And they really like it. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
we have even little boys. We would like to go and take some ballet
wonderful.
classes. And I'm going,
So
"Oh."
they use the B word then. They say
Yeah.
ballet. Wow. okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's really
That's nice.
exciting.
Well, then they get that love of dance that they can carry with them through.
Yeah.
Well, they get
later.
introduced to it too, so they can see if they like it or not, and then they can pursue it more.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you for sharing this. It's been lovely chatting with you. This is JoJean Retrum, who is the Director of Dance Wisconsin and Monona Academy of Dance. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
We're going to be back. We've got more Wisconsin Family coming up right after the break.